Some places stay with you, not because they're grand or famous, but because they're haunted by memory. This is Dunure Castle on the Ayrshire coast of Scotland, battered by wind, sea spray, centuries of violence, and, for me, one very unexpected connection to one of Britain's finest actors. A few years ago I worked here while appearing in the film The Last Bus with Timothy Spall. Parts of the film were shot around Dunure Harbour and the castle area, and I have to say Timothy Spall was an absolute gentleman. One of those rare people in the industry who's completely genuine. We got chatting and discovered we were both Battersea boys. Then somehow the conversation turned to my uncle, and unbelievably Tim actually knew him. Turns out they used to play pool in the same pub years ago. That's Scotland for you, really. You come to a 13th century castle on the Ayrshire coast and end up talking about old pubs in Battersea, London. In The Last Bus, Dunure became the beautifully melancholic backdrop to a story about memory, grief, ageing and kindness. The Last Bus used Dunure Harbour for several scenes, including the emotional arrival moments in the film. And honestly, the place barely needs a film crew. It already looks so cinematic. You've got the ruined castle perched on volcanic rock, the tiny harbour, the Atlantic wind rolling in, and that strange silence you get in old coastal places. Dunure Castle dates back to at least the 13th century, though most of the ruins you see today are from the 15th and 16th centuries. It was connected to the powerful Kennedy family, as a few castles around here were. Not the American Kennedys, but the Kennedys of Carrick, who once dominated much of the southwest Scotland coast. And this wasn't some fairy tale castle. This place saw betrayal, clan feuds, sieges, torture and murder. One of the most infamous stories linked to Dunure is the murder of the commendator of Crossraguel Abbey in the 1500s. According to legend, Gilbert Kennedy tried to force the abbot to sign over land rights, and when he refused they roasted him over a fire. Different times, and when you stand here alone with the sea crashing below you, you can believe it. You get that feeling. Now every Scottish castle has ghost stories, and Dunure is no exception. Locals have long talked about strange figures seen moving through the ruins at dusk, shadowy shapes near the old keep, and unexplained sounds carried in the wind. Some say the spirits of the Kennedys still linger here. Others claim the castle has a heavy feeling, which it does to be fair, as if the violence that happened here somehow soaked into the stone itself. And honestly, standing here as the light fades, I can see why people say that. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, places remember things. But what struck me most about coming back here last week wasn't actually the castle, it was the labyrinth. The people of the village created this beautiful stone labyrinth near the ruins. Quiet, simple, thoughtful. And somehow it changes the atmosphere completely. You've got this place once built for defence, fear and power, now sitting beside something peaceful and reflective made by ordinary modern day people. The contrast really stays with me, and I expect it would with you too. It's funny how places evolve. A medieval fortress became a ruin became a film set becomes a personal memory, and somewhere in all that you end up remembering conversations about Battersea pubs with Timothy Spall while standing beside a windswept Scottish castle. Not bad for a little village on the Ayrshire coast. If you ever find you're near Ayr, come to Dunure. Walk the harbour, see the castle, take your time with the labyrinth, and maybe stay until sunset. Just don't be surprised if you feel like someone's watching from the old tower. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel please, and let me know in the comments if you've ever visited Dunure Castle or anywhere that genuinely felt haunted by history. I might just go there. Bye for now.